Okay, this is the bone collector. No, the soul collector. I don't know why I call it the bone collector. It doesn't matter. What matter is that this is the soul collector. Um, why am I playing this? Because I stated in the last time that I was going to play Neverwinter was only and only when another update pops up. Because once I got to level 100k, I basically stopped the game, and that was in May or June of 2025. So that's when I stopped playing. And I would not recommend this game to anyone. Like, if you've ever come across this channel or you're just browsing for games, I wouldn't recommend this game for anyone. This is a game that's specifically designed for people who are truly into Dungeons and Dragons lore and into mass role-playing games or MMORPG or MMOs, just any MMOs. If it's not MMORPG, just standard MMO quest stories. Um, this requires a bit of, not a bit of learning, but more a bit of dedication. Like, if you feel like you shouldn't play something like this because you won't have enough time to level up or to acquire everything you need, that's not the case. In this game, you could go at your own pace, but you'll never get very strong, and you'll never get to those highest dungeons. It will take you forever to get there because they released an update at least 3 times within a year. This is their last update before 2026. They did an update in the summer, a campaign in the summer, and I believe they might have done one in January or February as well. So this is their last update for 2026, released in November. And they have their little mini events such as Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, um, also Valentine's Day, July 4th, but those aren't like their main updates. Those are like many little things they throw in here and there. But this is a main campaign quest that they developed, and this is the Soul Collector. And you should never play this game unless you have enough time on your hands to play every now and again. I I won't play this game um, until 2026, like maybe February 2026. That's when I'll start to really dive into this campaign and try to level up my characters in 2026. Because I'm doing Final Fantasy right now and I'm playing Warframe at the same time. And on top of that, I have my job and I have my career pursuits. So, job, career pursuits takes priority. They take a good 18 hours of my life away, not including time of sleep. Um, which, now that I think about it, no, they take a good 15 hours of my time away between job and career pursuits, because every job is like 10-hour job, sometimes 12. And the time I get from the 12-hour job, whatever time I have for travel is considered going back and forth 2 hours, sometimes 3. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15. And then time 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 is the time, 21 actually, the time that I use to do my artwork on the side. 6 hours, 6 full hours. But it's done 7 days a week. So I only get, like, on a good day, if I'm not doing 12 hours, I get 5 hours sleep on a regular day. That's how I do my life. And on those days where I'm both working and doing designing, I don't play video games. But days like this, when I'm able to play video games, I could only do 4.5 hours of any video games because I know I'm not going to be either working on those days or I'm not going to be doing designing on those days. On those days, I'm doing studying. And studying is something I do 2 times less than the time I put into designing, which is 6 hours. So I do 2.5, maybe just 2 hours of studying. So on days I do both my career work and my actual work are never the days that I do gaming. And if they do fall on the same day, I only do like 2 hours of gaming on those days, and that's it, of one game. But today is not that day. Today, I don't have to go to work until Monday. So I could do 4.5 hours of gaming because there's no work until Monday. And since my job is a job that I take over the role of other people when they don't show up to work, or I do extra work at work, my job is not a full-time, you must be there 5 days a week job. My job is simply to work as needed when I'm needed, 5 days a week. But they don't fall on the same 5 days. They fall on many other days. So that's what that is all about. That's why I could get away with playing at least 4.5 hours of video games or 4 hours, because my job is flexible like that. But moving forward, this is the Soul Collector, and I'm only playing this, as I stated before, because it's a new update. It's only supposed to be Warframe and Final Fantasy VI for the month of November, December, and January. So, what I'm going to do, I am going to initiate the beginning of the campaign. And I'm going to see what it's all about. First, in order to start your campaign, actually, now that I think about it, can I return back? I always like to start my D&D by returning to the main title. I don't know why. And play the cinematics. For some reason, I think they might have removed the cinematics. But let's see what will happen. I do notice something about, another thing about Neverwinter, why I tell people they might not want to play it, is sometimes they have like load glitches, and that's not a good thing. So what I usually do is, since Jewel of the North and Raven Loft isn't as good as the classic introduction, I usually always start my videos with the classic introduction, and hopefully my internet doesn't go down. And after that, then I play the game. And for Neverwinter, I'm only going to play this for maybe an hour, hour and a half towards the campaign, just to see what it is. That's if my internet holds up for about an hour. But I'm not going to be playing this until 2026. At least the campaign anyway. I'm just showing what this video is all about, or what the campaign is all about. I don't recommend this game for people who are like gamers. This is a game that should only be played for D&D fans and die-hard Sword and Shield fans. If you're not a die-hard, you definitely shouldn't invest time into this, because it will require a lot of time out of your life, or if you don't want to waste a lot of time in your life, it will require a lot of money out of your pockets. This is a free-to-play game, so their business is to make money off of the things that they've created in the game. So unless you got cash like that, it's all about investing time.
to brace yourselves for this. Well, that didn't go so badly.
Get his attention. Cleric, with me.
Feed upon the living.
Protector's Enclave needs your help. You've done well in uncovering Zastan's plans. Your help in establishing a strong alliance with the Resistance, Harper's agents in the field were able to gain more trust with the other cells. Refugees are making their way to our allies willing to take them in, though not many are keen on Thanes within their borders. As soon as we heard word of the Celestial and the Mythallar, we began immediate extraction. Zuna has just returned from such a mission. She insists on coming with you to help extract Harper Tessa and anyone else who needs help. Go, meet with her, and be quick. I fear Zastan may be pushing forward with the next phase of his plan sooner than we think.
What's that, baby? Rescue beyond this wall.
Nothing left on my end. It's been a wild adventure. You've been busy. Let's cut to the chase. You got in contact with an old friend of mine, Tesser. I admit, I'm surprised it was you he asked for, and not me. I suppose he couldn't resist working a job with someone like you, considering your countless accomplishments. Anyway, we need to extract him before Tam gets his hands on him. Come on, let's not waste any time. Too late.
You've got some timing. The monster launched an attack on the city. It's chaos. Meet me at the Cerulean Gate. I'm going to calibrate it to get us the hells out of here.
need it! It has a death aura! To the gate, quickly!
So the reason why I have two Yunas with me is because she has that perk about doing corrosive damage or crit damage. So two of them in party would be great.
Wait! No! Oh, damn these red wizards! They're killing their own people!
There are people who need my help. Go on without me. I'll think of something.
What the hell? It says head to the gate. This is the gate. Oh, another thing about this game. Yeah, sometimes it has bugs. That's why I don't recommend people playing this game unless you have a lot of patience. Like this shit. Like, let me switch characters. Maybe it's a character thing. Alright, so I'm gonna reload this. I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna reload it. Or I won't log off, I'll switch characters. Or I'll pick the same character again and see what happens. Okay. So I'll log off this time. Maybe it's a loading issue. Or maybe I'm supposed to do something else, but it says to go through the gate. So that's what I'm gonna do. Like, that didn't make any sense. You're like, okay. I guess so.
Get to the gate!
I've accepted my fate.
I can't hold it open for much longer! Through the gate! Now!
Okay, I think there's a way to turn down the volume of this thing making noise like this.
I promise. You'll never forget our time together. What you mean?
I think it's performance volume. No, performance volume of self. Let's see. Nope, it's not performance volume of self. Video volume.
Not just stand behind me. Remember, our alliance is that of convenience.
Has to be video volume then. What the f... It's not video volume. It's not performance volume. Notifications volume?
Don't worry. I'll be gentle.
No.
At first.
Interface volume. Excellent, that's it. Alright, so this is a campaign where many people could play. It's not a solo campaign. That's the reason why I couldn't get on onto my beast before, because it was part of the story. But now the campaign starts. The official campaign anyway.
Nothing left on my end. We made it. All that destruction. An entire city burning. If Tam's willing to kill his own people just like that. Looks like the others who came with us are already settling in. I doubt they'll be able to get out of this place soon. Not in their current condition. Maybe I can get back in contact with the others. See if there's some way we can help these people out. And hopefully find Tesser. Strange, though, seeing Vayans like this. Reminds me of when Valindra first attacked Neverwinter.
Oh, so that's cool, because I just played the interactive movie of Valindra attacking Neverwinter, and she says this reminds her of Valindra attacking Neverwinter, so this must be something very important. By the way, she's a rogue. I think she's kind of like an assassin. Rogues are kind of like assassins, and they don't use long swords. They use blades to do like crit hits and stuff like that, or to infect enemies with corrosive blades or infected blades. So if they don't do critical hits, eventually the poison kill the enemies.
Yeah, I'm fine. A few scratches, but we've had worse. Let's get our bearings and figure out where we are. I have a bad feeling about this place.
Like if you don't use great weapon fighters to fight enemies, you always use rogue. This typically is the thing. They're like the ones that does assassin hits.
We've got things to do. First things first.
Look, it's nice that you're eager to get things done, but I've been better. Keeping that door open took a lot more out of me than I thought. Trying to focus on our destination while fighting off wards and defenses is mentally taxing. But we made it. Welcome to the old Doom Vault, property of Zaz Tam. Now, before you get mad at me for landing us directly in the enemy's backyard, it's the last place he'd expect us. This was rumored to be where it started, a dungeon dedicated to his attempt at ascendancy. It's been sealed off after, well, I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know that it's not in use. At least, this particular section. Can't say the same for the other parts. Red Wizards have a habit of reviving old, forgotten catacombs. There may be a few ongoing experiments and undead wizards about, so it's not the safest place to hide. However, it's the best place for now. That reminds me, I'll need you to set up some scrying stones. We'll need the extra eyes.
That's super interesting. So this is said to be where Saztam, basically the Thayan Dark Lord, originally started his rise to ascendancy before he was like just a regular Thayan. This is the place that started his rise. So this place is very important. I'm super glad I'm actually playing this campaign.
Here, I've taken the liberty to augment them, so they should last longer than the last batch I gave you. Now that I have my bowl, I should be able to monitor what's going on around us with relative ease. Have fun exploring.
Never forget our time together. Assuming you survive.
Doomfall. While I was scouting ahead.
Welcome, welcome. Due to present circumstances, we're slightly limited in goods, but have a gander. I'm sure you'll find something you like.
Okay, never mind. The second unit doesn't stay with me, so there's no point to use this unit. I like using this unit. Unfortunately, she dies too easy if there's only one of her. I believe the panda. What the panda does is it boosts my power and my crit by 114, whereas the crow only boosts my crit. And this is necessary because power for a great weapon fighter is the thing that keeps them alive. The more power they have, the less damage they take, because the power is like an aura around their body. It's like they're trying to break through the shield, so the more powerful the shield is, harder for them to break. However, a lot of people have told me that once the power goes past green and in the orange, you're basically wasting power points, which is true. Unfortunately, the game doesn't give you the option to spread load your points in other things such as accuracy and crit severity, because you're only given weapons. You're only given weapons gears that's focused on giving you things like deflect security, deflect severity, critical avoidance, defense, and rings, which is meant for you to do more attack, combat advantage, crit strike, awareness. So there are certain things you purchase that boost certain stats that you have. And unfortunately, in many of the campaigns, most of the campaigns, is always giving you stuff in relations to power, relations to crit, relations to combat advantage. Sometimes in accuracy was always in defense and crit avoidance. and sometimes in deflection as well, but it's very rarely in crit severity, or should I say, it's very rarely in sometimes in accuracy and in deflect severity. So if any campaign you see, if you choose to play this game, has crit severity and accuracy, you should always equip those first, because you need to spread load where your points are. Your powers should always be in the green for everything, and if you can't get them in the green, try to lower them to boost the others in other places, because the more accurate you are with your strikes, the more faster the enemies are going to take hits and take crit hits. So yeah, and the more accurate you are, you're able to survive much longer as well. But where's this thing? See, these enemies are all level, this area is a level 90 area. So you would have to be at a minimum of level 100 to not take a lot of damage. Like if you're exactly at item level 90, you're going to take a lot of damage, even though you are strong and even though you can beat them. But your health is going to drop to like maybe 25% if you were exactly at level 90. Now if you were at level 100, your health will be dropped to about halfway if you're at level 100. So I'm slightly above level 100, that's why my health is not dropping past the halfway point. I believe my item level is characters item. My item level is 108677. Now when you're in a clan or in a guild, I believe, yeah, when you're in a guild, they boost your base stat ability by I believe 10,000. So in all truth, I'm supposed to be 98,000. So I'm at 98,000. Something like that, or maybe it's not even, maybe it's 3,000 I believe. Let me check it again. 3,000 boons for guild boons. Your power is boosted by 1,000 item level. Yeah, you get 1,000 more item levels and another 1,000 here. So that's 2,000 and another 1,000. That's 3,000. 4,000. 5,000. Well, in all truth, it's just 1,000. I'm just giving it more props than this deserves. You get about an extra 1,000, so it's more like item level 107. But I believe it's actually, I'm actually correct. They give you 1,000 per each thing you activate. So if I was to take it off, let me see if I take it off. I take them off. I want to make sure that I'm correct about this, but I don't believe you can take it off. That's the thing. Once you join a guild and you activate it, it's automatically on. Yeah, you can't take it off. So that's 1, 2, 3. It's like 1. Yeah, you can only activate 1. So that 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I got 3,000 more. So either way, I'm still stronger than all these enemies. even if my health does fall down to half, I'm strong enough to get it back up to the halfway point. Or it's around the halfway point, yeah. So I defeat every enemy and still had half my health. So around, yeah. So I'm accurate with what I'm saying. If you're around 100 or 105, your health would drop to about half. But I'm a bit above 105, so my health does drop to half, but below half, but I brought it back up to half. So I'm slightly, I would say half and half. I'm kind of weak, but I'm also kind of strong as well. Because typically these enemies are all fighting at item level 90, but there are certain enemies here that are actually item level 100. So it's never just item level 90. It's item level 90 and item level 100. But I'm solid against fighting them because I'm still stronger than all of them. What the hell? That doesn't make any sense. This wall is blocked here, and you can only grapple onto this thing if it's in the green. What the hell? Oh, maybe I'm supposed to be here and walk here. No? Why doesn't it turn green? Why create something like this and say you could get here if you can't get here? Oh, because it's supposed to get here? And then travel here? This is strange. Let me... Okay. Okay, as typical in all D&D Neverwinter campaigns, you must check the campaign to see where it's increasing to. Once it gets to this point, you collect the item. The weekly haul is from 0 to 100. I'm at 15. But I won't be doing that. I'll just do some of this quest and then do some stuff for the guild. Holy shit. 4,000. I have 1,600 more points per each armor type. So that's the arms, that's the helmet, that's the chest. So that's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. This is 4,000 altogether plus 700. 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. Alright.
Zastam is not a god. He cannot see all.
Though I am forbidden to interfere in now, do not stare too deeply into my eyes. You will become lost in time. Do you wish to revisit a piece of your history?
Think for yourselves. your chains and seize control.
The slaughterhouse hungers for more blood. Can you hear it growl? You? Really? You don't look like a gladiator. But there is something about you. Something in your eyes. All right, why not? What's the worst that can happen? Besides total and utter dismemberment. Fresh blood. If you want to qualify as a proper slaughterhouse gladiator, all you need to do is survive one fight. After that, you can come back anytime you like, as often as you want. And if you wind up getting killed, well, you'll make a good-looking zombie for the next hapless hope. The slaughterhouse. She thirsts for blood. Good luck, fresh blood. Stain the walls red.
Next time, it won't be so kind.
The slaughterhouse hungers for more blood. Can you hear it growl? Is that all? Oh, I like you. That was just the first round, fresh blood. We've got plenty more where that came from. You see the others here? They can go again and again and again. 10, 20, 30 rounds if they want. Think you can top that? The longer you last, the better the winnings. Each round gets tougher. The pot grows sweeter. You'll want to come prepared if you're up for the challenge. And she loves a challenge, the slaughterhouse. Of course, I'd be lying if I said there's no limit to how much you can earn. There's a cap on everything these days. But don't worry, it's a high payout. You can hear her whisper, can't you? The slaughterhouse is always hungry.
That's a chick. She sounds like a dude. I guess it's the mask and everything. But she's so hungry for killing. Her voice has become muzzled. Okay, so the campaign gives 4,100, and the items in the campaign give 4,700. About 600 more. Yeah, I'm good with just accepting the campaign stuff itself. Like, the only time I'll need 600 more is if I'm doing deep dungeon stuff. So I'm gonna do this campaign in January, but for right now I'll just do the story of this game. I'll keep doing the story for about maybe another 15 minutes, because I believe there was an introduction to the story, and there's continuing introductions to the story as in the campaign itself. Like if you press Soul Collector, I believe once I get here and I initiate this part of the story and I collect this item, it's going to reveal to me another part of the story. As every time I get to each section, it'll reveal another part of the story. But I have to keep doing more hauls to get to here. So I'm not going to do that, because that'll take a long time. That's the one thing about Neverwinter. This is why I recommend people don't play this game unless you're willing to invest time. Because if you invest time in this game, then you can never invest time in a lot of other games, because you have to spend so much time in this game. So I'm not going to do that today. So this was the introduction to the Soul Collector. I would obviously have to do more stuff to level it up to proceed forward with the story some more. Which I'm not going to do. I might play for like 15 more minutes to see what's going on with my clan and my clan alone, or my guild. So I'll see what's going on with the guild by looking at the calendar, and I'll see if any events is happening. Marauders just finished. The time is now 4 o'clock. The next time Marauders show up, it will be 5:30. I don't have time to waste another hour and 30 minutes. So that'll be it for today for this. Do I recommend this game? Only for D&D players and die-hard MMORPG fans. For everyone else that's a casual or someone who's a little bit above a casual, I wouldn't recommend this game. Because it requires a dedication of your time and dedication of effort, as well as money out of pockets if you're not willing to drop money, because you have to go through every single one of these campaigns, and by the time you reach item level 20, which is probably around here, after you beat Icewind Dale or you beat the Dread Ring, you will be like at item level 20, or you'll be at level 20, not item level 20, you'll be at level 20 after you finish the Dread Ring campaign. And once you reach level 20 at the Dread Ring campaign, or a little bit before, yeah, around Dragon Ring or Storm King Thunder, once you reach 20, either one of these three, as soon as you hit level 20 around either one of these three, or slightly before, that's when the game starts to get difficult and demands more of your time and asks you for money. Because it's only going to give you campaign currency up to a certain point, and afterwards everything or every other campaign starts to become more tedious because it takes you even longer to get the resources to get to another level, and that takes sometimes days, sometimes weeks, and a lot of people don't want to do that. So I don't recommend this game for people who are willing to spend a lot of time on it. And I don't recommend this game for people who are willing to drop a lot of money, take a lot of money out of their pockets, because this is not like Warframe. This is not like Warframe, or games that are not MMORPG that you could purchase one time, and then the only time you do give money to them is when there's an expansion with regards to the game, or a season pass, so you can get stuff for free because you purchased a season pass. This is not that. This is a thing that will ask you every time there's a new update for you to give them more money, for which I'm not going to do, and neither should you. The only time you should spend money in this game is for when you're doing VIP, which is this. And you should only do this as needed, because VIP unlock level 1, level 2, level 3, all the way up to level 12 in a one-time purchase. And those one-time purchases could be 700 Zen, which is real-world money, out of your pockets for an entire month to unlock all 12 of those things and use. And the truth is, out of all 12 of these, you're only going to use probably 4 of them, most. You're only going to use 4 of them, most. And then maybe a 5th one as a passive, which means you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 others that are completely useless because you don't use them, or maybe they're in use because they're passives, but you don't care about them. You only care about using your trade, using your astral diamonds, your coupons off for your store, and being able to travel from location to location quickly without having to always run around, to lessen the time you spend in the game. But that's not big a deal. So in all truth, you only need 3 of them. So I would make sure, if you're going to spend money on this game, only spend for that, because by you having that VIP, when you're doing trade, which is this, and you're trading your own consignments, which is things in your inventory, I put this here, it would then pop up, and under that you see where it says here, post fee, 143 taxed. You've been taxed 143. The trade house will get a 10% cut of 792 astral diamonds. So to post it is 143 to put it on the post, and the trade house will receive 792. So does that make any sense? Like, they're treating like the in-game trade house, the NPC's trade house, as like a real trade. But there's also taxing you for post fee. You're going to post up, you're going to use our trade house. To post it will cost you 143. So now you've had more than 800, 900 astral diamonds just for posting something that's worth 7,000. So you're not really posting a 7,000 or 900 item. You're more like posting just a random 7,100 item. So it's taking a lot of currency, a lot of actual diamonds out of you just to post one. And that becomes a thing when you start to post a lot. And eventually you have 100,000 astral diamonds, you will end up spending like maybe 35 to 40,000 astral diamonds on just tax alone, depending on the amount of stuff you've posted up. That's where the VIP comes in handy. So yeah, like fuck this game and that whole charging you for. I mean, it's a video game, for Christ's sakes. If you want to make money off of it, make money off of it from the Zen store. There's so much stuff to buy that you would need actually real money for. Don't put tax on the in-game stuff as well. Like, yeah. So that's it. Oh, I'm done. We'll pick this back up in January of 2026. You know, if people love this game and willing to invest a lot of time in this game because this is the only game they like and they don't care about and they think nobody else give a damn and everything. But like, listen, the people who made this game don't give a shit about you unless you work for them. So unless you work for this company, they don't give a damn about you. They only give a damn about you if you're giving something back to them. Then they'll give you a little perk for you giving something. You know, it's like anything. You go to a store, you buy. You're the guy that comes into the store all the time buying the hamburgers. They're going to know you eventually that you're always in their store, which means you always care about them. So they're going to do things for you. So you always have to give them money for them to give you something back. Not every now and again. Like, fuck that, man. I'm out. Today I'll probably play just Warframe. No Final Fantasy. But that's way later in the evening, like tonight. Around 10 or 9 o'clock. Maybe around 10.